Welcome to part two in addressing issues in nutrition and dietetic. We have our host, Lorraine Martin, that'll be talking about.
Realization of the hourglass figure within Black women. Sorry. And specifically today, we will be talking about the specifically exploring the effects of waist trainers and what that has to do with the psychological effects with Black women as well.
So what you're saying is that people are putting a waist trainer because they're trying to create a certain body shape, size.
Yes, it's all an illusion, and it stems from colonialism, media, and cultural expectations that have been reinforced on certain body ideals within Black women. It also has a key aspect of hypersexuality, which has been constantly pushed upon Black women, and about their bodies in film, music, and pop culture in general. Social media has a huge influence on the way that women see themselves in general. Sites like Instagram, TikTok, celebrity cultural awareness, they promote extreme waist to hip ratios, which what we call is the hourglass figure. In society, Black women have extreme pressure to conform to the beauty standards for social acceptance and desirability. I just want to quickly shoot it to Amanda just to talk about more about the society and how social media influences the effects of Black women.
Yeah, so there has been like a general societal shift towards emphasizing these curves and fullness in the buttocks area with a petite waist. We've seen this shift come from a movement from the early 2000s. We know it used to be very, very skinny. People would call it heroin chic, like you want to be as skinny as possible, like bones, hips, you want to see your ribs, all of that. And we've seen this cultural shift throughout our music and our media, and most recently, the rise of social media to this emphasis on just a huge buttocks with a small waist. And there's been a societal pressure that's always existed for Black women to look this certain type of way. Like Rain just said, we see it in our movies, we see it in our music, we see it in our media, and we now see it from this pressure on social media from all these influencers to look like they do. And there's a stereotype that Black women have to be more curvy or voluptuous by nature. And then people that don't fall into this ideal image can feel less attractive and desirable, which seeks them out, which makes them want to seek out these influencers online that are kind of feeding them this misinformation that certain things will work and certain things won't.
Okay, but what does that mean to people who have like young girls who have negative image of their bodies if they're looking at these individuals doing all these, not knowing they're doing all these alterations or using all kind of gadgets? What is the consequence to that in their overall health?
Yeah, it's kind of like the blind leading the blind at this point. It's you're seeing everything takes steps to get there, but they're seeing the finished product without knowing what the steps took to get there, essentially. And that's what, when you're so young, you're impressionable, and social media is a place where you see a lot of things happening at the same time, and you also want to attain what's happening for yourself, not knowing that it took certain steps to get there. Like they might be presenting as, oh, this is slim, thick, natural grown. They might have, went and got a surgery, a BBL. So we're looking into things of like social media is showing you one thing, which could be very misleading, especially for people who are prepubescent, who are growing within their bodies, and they don't understand exactly what is next for them. And a lot of times, this is what waist trainers have a specific role into it. So I just want to let everybody know, if you don't know, a waist trainer is a tight-fitting garment that compresses the waist to create an hourglass illusion. A lot of times you will look on social media, you're scrolling, you see fitness influencers, and the main thing that they always have on is a waist trainer. So you think that that is the norm. That is what you're supposed to go to the gym. That's what you're supposed to wear at the gym, which is opposite of what the truth. You know what I mean? It's, you see things, you don't question it, so you think that is the normal thing.
So what's the problem? What's the big deal with a waist trainer? Doesn't that help you to suck in your stomach to maintain posture as you are lifting those weights?
So yeah, Yeah, waist trainers do have temporary effects.
Okay.
You only see a shift in your fluid and it compresses your fat, but they do not burn the fat, which is a common misconception that people believe. There are no long-term benefits from studies that they don't support the claims that it doesn't reshape your body permanently, but it can improve your posture, but it also weakens your core muscles. So the things that you see people doing, they're thinking it's gonna make you tight, that comes from your core. But when you have something that's squeezing your waist, it's weakening your core muscles because your core is what naturally squeezes your stomach, yourself, right? And some of the health risks that are kind of major is breathing. You see a lot of breathing issues with waist trainers.
Kind of important.
Breathe. Think about it. When you're exercising, that's an anaerobic thing. That means you're taking in the air, you're breathing out the air. The first issue, the risk that's associated with waist trainers that you see is reducing lung capacity. You can't work out if your lung capacity is reduced. That leads to dizziness and fatigue. You also see digestive problems, which is really big in nutrition. You need to be able to digest
Yes.
what you're eating.
The GI tract
Yes,
is very important to
yes.
the body. Okay, let's say that.
It pushes your stomach upward and it causes acid reflux and heartburn, which it's not fun. It's not fun to have. It's not fun to have. And it kind of, if you keep using it, it can displace your organs. And it leads to digestive issues, which you don't want your organs to be in places that they are not in case of emergencies. I don't think the doctor asks, do you use waist trainers regularly?
Right?
Yeah, it's like
Maybe that's the reason why it shifted.
exactly,
Okay.
right? You also see, like I said again, weakened core muscles. When you over rely on things like braces and trainers, your abdomen muscles are going to weaken, and it can also lead to back pain because a lot of your posture comes from your core. You also see this is a lot of risk associated with waist trainers specifically, but you see circulation issues. Too much compression restricts your blood flow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Causing numbness and tingling in your lower body region. You see a weakened pelvic floor, specifically in Black women, which can lead to postpartum and may have added pelvic pressure, which is not good, especially if you're trying to give birth. And nerve compressions, again, excessive tightness compresses the nerves and causes burning, tingling, and numbness in your outer thigh.
But there's a lot of people using this waist trainer thinking that that's going to help me to get the hourglass figure. That's going to allow me to look fantastic in my dress. You're saying that all of that is going to have greater impact not only on my body, also then, oh my goodness. I had hope for that.
I think we all did. Yeah.
They're taking good old diet and exercising and replacing it for essentially a new gadget. And I know, Amanda, that you read an article because all of this is fact-based. We are not spreading misinformation. We just want you to be informed. I know that you read an article about smart belts. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I read over the article, Change in Waist Circumference with Continuous Use of a Smart Belt. It was an observational study. So what was a smart belt? A smart belt, it monitors activity in waist circumference, and it's an up-and-coming concept for conquering obesity, and it may be a new strategy for health insurance. And a study tried to prove the smart belt was associated in reducing waist circumference over 12 weeks. So the device was called the Welt Smart Belt specifically. It looked like a normal belt, but it can monitor an individual's waist circumference, overeating habits, number of steps, and sedentary time. And it provided users with a daily activity score categorized into 3 groups: best, good, and poor. And so the results show that the waist circumference tended to decrease among smart belt users. It came from a motivation from participants to lose weight, a curiosity for health status, and increasing regular exercise activity to view their activity scores. I feel like this was also a little bit of a placebo effect, and it assumed that wearing these smart belts, including the smart belt, possibly motivated users to reduce their waist circumference. So what I got from the article is it wasn't as much the smart belt itself that reduced the waist circumference, it was the mental effect of the smart belt. So you have that smart belt on, oh, you want your friends to know that you're getting your steps in all day, you're not having any sedentary time, you're not overeating, you're getting everything you need to get in.
The smart
Like,
one.
I-
That's
why-
it.
why-
Basically, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to show off that score. So I felt like that was more of a mental effect than the actual belt.
Mhm.
So could you really say that the belt itself decreased the waist circumference, or was it the individual's mindset that it decreased their waist circumference?
And the word of Dr. Castor, we need more research to
Yes,
validate
definitely.
that.
Yeah, you definitely need, that sounds
But-
like more of a longevity study.
What was the tightness of the belt?
I think it was basically skin tight. It went all around their waist circumference. So
But it wasn't tight.
Yeah, it
it
wasn't like
wasn't
compressed.
tight. It wasn't more
Yes.
of a compression. It was more of just comfortable. Like, think about it as an everyday belt that you tuck in over
Feeling.
your jeans. You feel it, you know it's there, but it's not anything that's overly compressing you. Yeah.
So they essentially got results of what there's got results from monitoring themselves with the smart belt that
Mhm.
people, the same people could tell you, like, you get those results if you wear this waist trainer.
Exactly.
That's-
It's more like a psychological effect on
Mhm.
the fact that
Mhm.
you know that it's there, it's measuring something
Mhm.
versus that you have something that's pressing
And
underneath you,
restricting.
restricting you from even breathing or passing out.
Yes.
Mhm.
But how many people are really using waist trainers? Are they really using it? Are they that popular to be used?
Yes, waist trainers are very popular.
Oh, wow.
You could, I don't have the specific numbers, but before you do any research or write any papers, you have to do observational studies.
Mhm.
And when I did my observational studies, I literally looked up like Gym Talk,
Mhm.
which is just gym TikTok.
Mhm.
And I seen many like scrolls. I was scrolling. I seen a lot of women in the gym with waist trainers, promoting like a healthier lifestyle, which they could have just, did it without the waist trainer, because 30 minutes of exercise a day,
Yeah, about 150 minutes.
150 minutes?
Exercise, eating right,
that's what you
getting
need.
some sleep.
Mm.
But I want it quicker. I want it faster. It's gonna take a little exercise may take me a good 6 months. This is gonna do what?
Mhm.
In 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look the way I'm supposed to look.
It's the
Exactly.
placebo effect.
That's-
It's an illusion.
Okay.
It's temporary.
But
Mhm.
so what I passed out from wearing this.
So what, I got a little numbness.
Uh-huh.
Numbness. My
Yeah,
organ has been shifted a little bit.
exactly.
But on the outside, I look good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
What is the health consequences? Are people really thinking this is not good for me, or just thinking about I'm looking good now, and looking good feel, especially somebody with body image, a
Mhm.
negative body image, knowing that that could lead to eating disorder and will lead eating disorder have all kind of health complications. What do we do with that with our young people? What would be the best advice that you would give a mother with a daughter to help them to see that, listen, there are some other ways to do this without having to put yourself at risk? What would you tell them?
Yeah, my main thing is, hey, what you put into your body is what you get out. You can't shortcut results. You have to have the discipline and mental capacity to do that. And I understand that that's very challenging, especially for young adults who are blossoming into their essentially adult bodies, which can be a very stressful thing for them. But definitely what you put in to your body is what you get out. And
Mhm.
it's also just, now we have a lot of technology, and that can also be the fault to us, because back in the day before they had the technology and the waist trainers, they still had the results that they wanted with education, because they were more educated upon like dieting and nutrition and how your body works. So I just think like what you put into your body is what you get out. And
So I can't Google it, and Google will tell me, go ahead and put a waist trainer on, because Google tell them all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
They believe it, and then
yeah, you
it's
just
not.
definitely getting your education from reputable sources as well. That really matters.
That matters.
And when you're doing research, they tell you stay off of Wikipedia, because anybody could edit it. You should be
Mm.
looking for hey, I always recommend a registered dietitian. Is for everybody when you want to do something what pertains to your nutrition and your body. Can we talk about like healthier alternatives, like the nutrition and things about that?
Yeah, I think let me say this, a lot of people are looking for quick, fast, in a hurry. So, but we have, at the same time, they have poor dietary habit. They want what they want, but they don't want to put the work in it. You want to be healthy and you want to stay healthy, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, exercise. When I'm talking about not just you had an applesauce, I'm talking about having some real apples, some
Yeah.
pears, some strawberries, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, forego the processed food, the ultra processed food, and look at what you're eating every day. Like, you want to exercise, right? A smoothie all the time, every day is not the way. not anything against smoothies, but your meals, like your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, what does it look like? Having make sure food would have high in fiber, looking at make sure you have your 2% or your 1% milk. I'm not a milk person, so don't text me after you don't drink. I don't. I'm lactose intolerant. About 78% of the world population, lactose intolerant. So I use other mean, but I do my fruits. I do my fresh vegetable. If it changed into something else, it's not fresh. So you want to look at what you're eating. What are you eating? You want to look like how much of it you're eating too. Portion size matter. Make sure you have 3 small meals a day per snack. Instead of a glass of latte or whatever, an apple, an orange, juice,
Cherries are
less
in season
calories.
right now.
Hey,
Cherries are in season.
have some strawberries
There
or
you
have
go, strawberries.
mangoes,
Yeah.
kiwis, all those things. Lunch, try not to skip meals. Have salads, include vegetables. The green one, the multiple colored green ones. They're really good for you. And then on top of it, get some sleep. 7 hours of sleep help with, not only does it help with mental clarity, but it also help you to maintain good health. Exercising, doing some stretching. Stretching is good. And wait,
Water.
drink your water. And you have people that's not looking at their bodies because they're looking for quick things. I'm not saying that every now and then not have a meat product. I'm not saying that at all. But you want to look at what you're eating and what you're eating. How much you're eating, and think about your health. You want to see a dietitian? Yes, a registered dietitian, not the certificate holding nutritionist or the life coach. Nothing against the fit influencers, because they're doing stuff in the background. When they were taking TikTok down, didn't one of them confess what she was doing?
That she got a BBL. Oh, she didn't. She didn't.
She
didn't get to do
She didn't.
Yeah, they would film the workouts but not do them.
Yeah.
Do not trust everything you see online.
Think about that. Physical activities have some benefit to it. Mental, physical benefit to it. So you want to look at, especially with the stressor that we are in right now, it's good to at least do 30 minutes of physical activity. Improve your core.
Yes.
The bell can't do it, but improve your core. All core exercises are very beneficial to helping you improving your health. So look at that. How about that? Look at that. Because the first part of our talk, we talk about BBL, how it's leading into a lot of death. Young people are dying, not thinking of the consequences. Now we're talking about all these gadgets people are using to try to alter the body shape. The bone part of the body shape, try to alter, squeeze stuff, leading to all kind of rib fracture, organ moving, shifting. All of these are health related issues because we're looking for a quick fix.
Yes.
Health is not a quick fix.
It's not. It's
health is a long-term effect, but the investment that you put in health is good. What you do as an adolescent have adult and geriatric consequences. So you're like, well, why should I wait? Because if you don't do it now, you're gonna pay later. All right.
Prevention is the best step that you ever could take with your health.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just to close this out, we definitely talked about the healthier alternatives. I want to really stress that strength and cardio helps you naturally tone your waist and define your curves. So this looks like I see a lot of women Stairmaster. Stairmaster. Skipping rope. Skipping rope is it gets your heart rate up, but it really helps you. Also, little squats.
How about
something.
the plank? I'm trying to be
planks.
Get
Planks.
to 30 seconds.
Planks.
The 30-second
part. Things like that you can do in your gym, or even you could do it in your house. This is something that you could do in your front room. The best type of workout is physical therapy. When I went to physical therapy, the hardest thing it is to lift up your own body weight. So if you start there, then you tone your body naturally doing your cardio like that. That's how you help naturally tone your body. And we just really stress balanced diet. If you don't have the resources, check out My Plate. That's a great place to start to even know what a balanced meal looks like for a person, right?
Exactly.
Core, definitely. Because we know that the waist trainer does opposite for your core. It actually helps you lose your muscle. try to define your muscle, a couple crunches, a couple planks, anything. Like you could do full body workouts, and that's 30 minutes, one go shop, full body, right?
There you go.
And I definitely want to stress this is body positivity and self acceptance.
Yes.
Everybody's body is different at its core. Everybody's body is different. Nobody has the same meal plan. Nobody has the same workout regimen. Nobody has the same freckle in the same place, right? Unless you're like a twin. But even your body is different than your twin, right? So embrace yourself. Challenge the harmful beauty standards and embrace diverse body shapes. Everybody shows you things, but you have to ask, why are they showing you this, and to see if this is healthy for your mental being and yourself. You know what I mean? So
we want to say definitely check with your doctor, definitely
Yes.
check with a dietitian or trained individuals that's been know how to look at food from a perspective of health.
yes,
So you want to talk to them. But most importantly, look at the credential of the person that's giving you the information.
Yes.
Do they have a
Mhm.
credential, or did they just read it somewhere on Google and then turn around and said, I'm an expert?
Exactly.
right.
So with that being said, the whole idea is we're looking for your health. We're looking for you to improve your health.
Mhm.
We're all about improving women's health. So if you need the references for all the talk that we have had, we'll be happy to send them to you. But this is based on research, peer-reviewed research, not something that we Google. Thank you so
There you
much.
go.
Thank you.
Have-
Thank you guys. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.